Nothing. We alive.
Just my ass.
We cool.
And let me turn my phone down here. Thanks a lot for that.
Mm.
So welcome into the company. Of course, I am B Lineous Rich. That's Izzo. That's that damn Sosa. It is June 15th, middle of the month. Damn, these months going by a little bit too quick.
We still stuck in
No, but you remember March though.
Yeah,
March
yeah.
had to be the longest month in U.S. history.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Your girl got her period in March. That shit is still
God.
What just happened?
Hey, see, he was fine before the show, guys. He was fine.
Yep.
He was articulating.
There you go. That alcohol.
I don't know what
in.
happens when live happens.
That light go hot.
They showing out. They showing out. They lying. They
The
lying.
light.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Right, so I know we said we said what we were gonna do. We was like, we're gonna come to y'all next Monday with a lighthearted show. We ain't gonna talk about none of this mess, but shit just
keeps hitting the fan.
Happening.
You know, it's like I don't even know if the fan can even take any more shit right now. That thing, like that
Take any
fan
more
just
shit.
stopped. It's just done.
Yeah.
I don't.
Not at all.
I'm trying to think about it. Yeah, you're right. Shit can't take no more. It just keeps happening. It's like maybe we'll have a week where it's quiet and we can get our thoughts together and, come up with solutions to the problems. But the problems keep happening. And right after something, you got Atlanta. Then you got monuments coming down. You got coaches saying dumb shit.
You got everybody saying dumb shit. Not just coaches.
CEOs saying dumb shit. So now we can't go to Hobby Lobby. How I'm supposed to knit.
Hey, you can't go to Chick-fil-A.
No, I'm looking at Rob's comment.
Oh,
Rich got goofy on. Sorry, guys. We reading Facebook comments.
Yeah, hey, Rob, because they got anal AIDS all over the place. I don't
know. What is going on?
Just go easy, bro.
Anyway, so
I'm supporting with Rob.
Come on, y'all. Give me. Y'all pick it. I don't.
Oh, pick topics.
First thing y'all want to talk about.
I don't want to talk about coronavirus or racism.
I know that's done. What are you talking about? That's
sorry, guys. If y'all came here for racism commentary, my palate is clean. I want no part of it.
No, actually, if y'all came here for racism commentary, give us like 10 minutes. We'll be right back on.
Yeah.
Some way we'll find our way back.
Exactly. We'll get
kind of
there.
what it is right now.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Oh man.
Want to talk about the Chappelle?
Oh yeah, Dave Chappelle came out with
that was a big moment.
Already kick it off.
No, but that's a big moment though.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle came out with a 25-minute stand up.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there, 25-minute stand up where he wanted to address some of the issues going on. Now, I know a lot of us went into that stand up thinking we were going to laugh our asses off, but
weirdly, I didn't think so. Just because I know how conscious he is, I didn't think so.
When I saw the title of it, I was like, "Nope, this ain't funny."
Have you noticed the title?
Have you noticed all of his specials have been progressively more serious? Like this his first Netflix one. It's like Dave Chappelle is on a personal descent into his own hell because it just seems like it goes from the first one that he did to the second one. It was like it was laughs throughout, but he had like that pretty serious commentary. And now this one, I might have laughed like 3 times at most, and that was all Candace Owens.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
Candace Owens, dumbass.
Yeah, man.
And apparently, I can't quote what he said because I can't really remember now. Apparently, she did come back and try to play the good sport, I guess you can say. Comedian. I know he's a comedian. It's all jokes, blah blah blah. If I respect him.
He wouldn't talk about it.
No, bitch.
Yeah, but she knew she said the wrong thing. It would have been holy hell on her.
The funny thing is, when people like her, when the tide changes, they're not making money no more.
Yes.
Right.
Right now, they are in a wave where this is acceptable. This is the new move. You're right.
And
They're like memes out here.
and my thing is, how would you think that motherfucker?
Okay, Chingy.
Don't
Who?
say his name twice. Don't say it again.
No,
I said a different name.
you can't say
No, I'm
Beetlejuice.
saying, don't say him either, because you say it too many times. His nose
Oh.
started itching. He come out with a
Candyman,
single.
you can't never
Then
say that.
we got another summer blockbuster, Chingy and Mims
Oh my
doing it
God.
together.
Oh no.
Hey, so real quick, while we're talking about it, and I hate that this is human nature, but people are fucking stupid. So we're talking about Candace Owens.
Yeah, that broad.
I hate when people say, well, Candace Owens, Kanye West, yada yada, speak for us speak for us against you guys. So
No.
speak for the Republicans for Trump.
Oh, I
against
wouldn't follow. I
black
didn't
people.
mean black people. My bad.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, well, I mean, kind of. You know what I mean? It's like, nope. You can't say that Hillary speaks for us. You can't say that Kanye speaks for them.
Kanye
Like,
speaks for Kanye.
if-
We've learned
Right,
that a long
exactly.
time ago.
I was gonna say, man, you can't say anybody speaks for anybody.
My
Last-
point is,
Yeah.
there are outliers who speak for themselves. They don't speak for the community.
Correct.
Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz, or I'm fucking them names up right now.
Rubio's
Nice.
better than Ted Cruz, but not by much.
Not
Yeah.
both of them, because
I
both
agree.
of them come from where me come from,
Me
and
come
they
from.
still fucking they sold the fuck out. You can't use their last name and say, well, Hispanic people. No.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
I want to know, not to make it a race baiting thing. I wonder what do like Indian people think of somebody like Bobby Jindal and Nikki Haley? Oh, I almost said the wrong name by accident.
Indian who?
talking about
Like Bobby Jindal and Nikki Haley. Like, well, I would love to talk to
Oh.
somebody how they feel about them.
Well, I can't. I'm not going to speak for them because
Yeah, that's why I said I can't and I won't. Like, I will not be one of those. That'd be very
No.
disrespectful to me.
No.
So,
because I've been
I'm just curious.
and I apologize because I love them.
But I look at people like Candace Owens and Jason Whitlock. They either hate the skin they're in, or they just paid by the right to just fly off the rail to make us look bad, and they're paid very nicely.
there's
low,
no
I guess.
way
I
that
don't know.
there's no way you're telling me that somebody that actually sued their school for affirmative action.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me that all of a sudden they're like, well, you know, black people need to pick themselves up out of bootstraps, yada yada yada, all that.
Yeah.
There's no way that this woman could not be getting paid by somebody to basically be the monolith of the black right. Like, that's possible.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. That's what I believe. I mean, that check cleared and she was on board. What you want me to say?
We're going. I promise you, like when this tide shifts again, we'll find she's going to make another book talking about how she was wrong about all of this.
Oh, is she gonna pull a what's the girl name that was in the White House, the black chick that was on The Apprentice? There you go.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking about.
Yeah, I couldn't
Has anybody heard from
She not doing her black media junket?
No, her book came out. No one gave a damn. That's why
she thought nobody gave a shit.
Nobody fucking.
It's like you knew what you were getting into.
The thing is, that burning bridge thing is real in politics and with political races, political black folk, political white folk.
Mm-hmm.
Once you cross somebody, you can't just be like, I was wrong and then get forgiven. Like, she destroyed herself.
And one thing we know about black people, we're
into nobody.
Yes. I was gonna say one thing to jump on what you said. One thing we know is as black people, we're very forgiving. We'll bring people in, build them back up, blah blah blah. But once you like burn that bridge of forgiveness, it's done.
Mm-hmm.
It's done. And think about this. This has nothing to do with like race type things, but think about Robin Givens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Y'all forgave her already?
No,
already.
Oh,
that was 25 years ago.
That was almost 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And we anytime we see Robin Givens on TV, like, fuck them.
Robin is in that Pete Rose thing. Like, y'all got to let this. Y'all
I still watch Boomerang, be like, damn, she's fine. But still, I go, nope, because she messed up Iron Mike, and that was one of my idols as a
Hey,
kid.
man. Listen, hey, and I don't know if her mother's still alive, but
Who?
that bitch was a part of it too. Robin Givens.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Robin Givens' mother was a part of that shit. Like she was kind of coaching her to be a gold digger. Go ahead and get this motherfucker all his money. Bitch, I hope you're dead because you weren't worth it as a person.
I don't think her career should have been like to the moon, but I think that burned her with a lot of black producers and stuff.
And then see, that's one of those things where it's like it was the 80s or the 90s, early 90s.
Early 90s, yeah.
A lot of things were happening with women that were being overlooked.
Right.
So, you know, all that could have been true.
But you got to think about this. This about to turn into a Boomerang talk. Who knew? Boomerang had Halle Berry in it, my guy. And I'm not going to lie, in that movie, it's hit or miss. Some people could say Robin Givens was the fine one in there.
Well, wait.
Think about
Holly?
No. This is where you got
sexy Robin was.
This is where you got to separate some things.
Robin was. I'll give you that because Holly was a little basic back then. She was a little basic.
Thank you, Brian. Because you got to kind of separate personality. It's hard because some people's personality make them ugly. But Robin Givens did look better at the time than Halle.
But that's what I'm saying.
Halle blossomed.
I just thought that could have been a launching pad if she didn't pull the shit with Mike. I'm just being Mike Tyson.
Y'all remember Head of
Well, listen, Rob. Listen, I know it sounds sacrilegious, but you thinking about Halle Berry when she got blind.
No, hey, Robin Givens was.
What are you talking about? Robin was the GOAT. Robin Givens was the GOAT back then. Like you weren't
her, Lela Rashawn.
You naming the same damn people.
You know what? But you know what's funny about that is that those two, it's like they kind of had that same look, if you will. Lela Rashawn and Robin Givens they kind of walked that same line of how like that black female empowerment look kind of came in there.
Not buying it.
Not
buying what
you say what you want, but hey, so devil's advocate. Okay, so do you think because makeup is a big thing in Hollywood, do you think they
dumbed her down? They did dumb Halle down to be like innocent. They didn't really put a lot of makeup on her. Yeah. I did hear that.
Been entire on top of that too.
Yep, they made her frumpy too.
What was her next movie after Boomerang?
The Program.
Baps.
The Program.
Oh shit! The Program or Baps was one of them.
Baps is like 4 years later, so
I don't know.
Baps was well into her career. Like I'll say, like when she did the whole Flintstones movie, it was still the movie was horrible.
Okay.
Viva Las Vegas one was even worse. Rock Vegas,
but Holly was bad in that movie, super bad.
Wasn't she Betty?
No, she was just like a secretary.
Oh,
yeah. She was like on the cover
Program.
I agree, or something like that. But yeah, she was super bad, and she wasn't that far removed from Boomerang, which means she could have been looking like that in that movie, but they dumbed her down.
Okay, so quick question, since we're fucking on it, best movie Halle Berry ever looked in?
Who's gonna say Catwoman? I'm waiting.
Man, Catwoman is so bad. No, not her. She's so bad. That movie was so bad. I'm not even judging that.
Take the nude scene out. Swordfish. She's still the bad. Best looking movie ever.
Well, why would you take the nude scene out?
I can say the worst are
because we're not Pornhub motherfuckers.
The worst are Jungle Fever.
Oh,
y'all are terrible.
I can go to the worst. What's the movie she want? Monsters Ball. She didn't look.
Oh,
she looked. Oh, she said, I don't know. What's the best. I don't know.
Watch Swordfish and watch her scene.
The best.
That's all I watched in that movie.
She looked really well. They made her look really classy in that. What's that movie with the had all the chicks in it? Frankie Lyman. That movie. She looked okay in that movie, but like She did look good in that movie because I forgot they flashed back. Yeah, she did look good in that movie.
We are ducking bullshit, Rob. I guess somehow we got away from reality.
Rob, you tell us. I'm trying to think. It's a lot of it. Her movies basically were in the 90s. The 2000s, they were okay.
I got to catch up on.
It ain't X-Men, I'll tell you that.
No. That's a
You fucked the Storm character all the way up because you saw.
hey man, that's a
It might
funny
be
segue.
Swordfish.
That's a funny segue because we could easily talk about how people are petitioning for Beyonce not to be that character.
Oh God, let's transition to that, guys. This is gonna be random tonight, guys, because we don't want to talk about racism and sexism.
Hey, listen, guys, everybody, we know what's going on. We're very aware of what's going on in the world, but we need this.
Please explain.
Why did people turned on Beyonce so quick?
No, she's a terrible actress.
Okay, I'll explain what's going on. So
go ahead.
This spoof magazine or fake magazine came out and said that Beyonce was being considered for the role of Storm in the new X-Men movie. Okay, I knew that was a lie.
I lost,
but it was intriguing.
No, it wasn't.
Were you sure it was a lie? I don't know.
When I saw it, I commented on somebody's page. I was like, no, first of all. Like she's a horrible actress. This should not happen. Please don't. But then like the article caught fire and it just spread. So now you got people starting petitions and all kind of shit. Please don't let Beyonce start. And now this whole conversation is coming up, which is kind of cool because you kind of see where people are. It's like this whole conversation is coming up with who should play this fictional character, Storm, on X-Men. And you got the people who think that she should be an African dark-skinned woman. You got people thinking that she should be just the dark-skinned actress who can probably hold a role. You got some people throwing the light-skinned lady in there.
No, man.
It's interesting how people are doing this whole dynamic trying to figure out what a fictional character should be.
Well, so a fictional character should be based on the material.
Nail on the head.
Based on the material. Thank you, Doc. Yes. Mm-hmm. Based on the, what's it called? The native material? The
source material.
The source material. Fuck, I'm fucked up already. So, Storm is an African princess?
A queen.
Yeah.
A queen.
Yeah.
Goddess.
Goddess, right.
In the middle of Africa. Halle Berry? That's not doing it. Sorry. Halle Berry's beautiful, but she's not doing it.
But then,
actress, but she's not tough because the other thing that is Storm was a street kid. She was a pickpocket. I love pickpockets. She was a pickpocket. She was a street kid.
Motherfucker.
Halle Berry is not that. So who could portray a street kid who becomes a goddess / queen? That's what you got to look at.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know a lot of actresses' names. There's a lot of great black actresses out right now.
Well, let me ask you: is this X-Men movie going to be at all related to any of the X-Men movies that were already made?
Yeah. No.
Because do they go into the universe now?
Yes, now they are.
Yeah. So Black Panther 2 is supposed to introduce people from X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
So Black Panther 2, Black Panther 1 was awesome. Black Panther 2 needs to step up the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hopefully it's not Iron Man 2. That's the one I was disappointed with.
Exactly.
Comes out of the Marvel.
The reason I asked, is it going to be connected, is because why not keep the girl that they had?
Because
she wasn't bad.
I haven't seen the Storm in Phoenix Rising. She put that on the screen. I haven't seen Phoenix Rising. How was that?
No, don't worry about it. You good?
It was trash.
So, hey, Izzo.
Yeah.
Wikipedia the shit. Just go to Wikipedia.
Not even watch it in 4K.
Nah, don't worry about it. No. Are you good?
You can watch that shit in 360p.
It was bad. It was what I thought it was going to be. It was. I've never.
Honestly, man, you can type in YouTube, Rise of the Phoenix or whatever it's called, like best parts. That's pretty much all you need to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you need. You're good.
Hey, Jason.
Why is
I
Jason
can't.
in the dark?
Why is it so dark?
You ain't lying. You like
Oh,
me that
man.
time, and you was picking on me, and he in the dark now.
I mean, my bad.
Anyway,
But but the girl that they had in the old X-Men movies, and not the
She
old
wasn't
X-Men movies,
bad.
but the one when they were younger, she's not bad. Like I
Not
said, her
bad.
accent was horrible. I don't even think she has an accent because the one she was
Nah,
using was bad.
it's kind of like they pretty much did her the same way they did with Elizabeth Olsen playing Scarlet Witch. It's like the first, like in Age of Ultron, she had an accent, and then they just kind of gave up by the time you got to Endgame.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
She's
the
a
thing
good
is,
actress, by the way.
the Black Panther was so well thought out, so well written, so well directed. You can't go backwards. You can't go backwards because Black Panther 2 is a foundation for the next phase or two phases of the MCU.
I mean, as
I
long as
just
they
think
maintain the status quo, I think
No.
they'd be fine.
Rich, if Iron Man 1, which is the foundation for the MCU,
Yeah,
Mhm.
that is definitely is.
technically,
Right, it is.
Iron Man is
Ain't no
still
technically.
it's in the top 5 of the MCU movies.
Right.
Okay, so Black Panther 2 has to be top 5 of the phase 4 and 5 movies.
Yes. But so this is the thing about it. Like, I think Black Panther, all it has to do is be on that same level as the first movie.
Okay,
It doesn't necessarily need to exceed, because, like, for
Oh,
example, Iron Man 2, when you think about it, Iron Man 2 wasn't even close to Iron Man 1.
It wasn't.
The last
And then-
fight scene was so doo doo. I was pissed.
I mean, I actually kind of like that because it was,
Really?
yeah, I actually kind of like the end fight. That was it. But in
Listen,
Iron Man
like
3, Iron Man 3, I like, it's kind of one of those things like, you know, I like the movie for what it was, but it
They
wasn't a
gotta
good
do that.
Iron Man movie.
Wonder why. Who the
Is
fuck?
that the chick from
I don't know who that is.
Outsider and Harriet? Is that who she talking about? Is that the same chick? No, that's somebody else. Who's the Wanda was?
Oh, she gotta have it.
Oh, DeWanda Wise was in.
Oh,
Yeah, she gotta have it.
gotta have
The
it.
series.
Oh, okay. All right. I haven't
Hey,
seen
so-
her. She has nice eyes.
Let's just put it in perspective. I haven't seen She Gotta Have It yet. Is she a good actress?
Yes.
Yeah, it's only
She actually is.
2 seasons.
Is she Beyonce and Goldmember actress?
No, she's great.
No,
Okay,
she's
well, there
actually
you go.
she's an actual actress.
If you was in Goldmember, you need to just your career's done.
I mean,
I'm sorry, I didn't like none of Michael Myers shit. So
I could pretty much agree, but the accent that she played in there was pretty hot though. Wow.
oh my god.
Who are you talking about?
This dude masturbating the accents now. Oh my god.
Hey, something about a country accent, man. I'm cool with it.
It was a bad country.
I can't watch movies just based on what they look like. I need acting. I'm a snob for that.
It was like a country soulful kind of. It was whatever. It was sexy.
I remember watching it on
Yeah,
USD
yeah.
Movie Channel. I'm like, this shit
Y'all
is
think it
trash.
rocks?
That
I'm
shit is
talking about the movie as a whole.
I watch Goldmember just to watch Beyonce in it.
Nah, man. I got
You watch Cadillac Records?
Then you need to watch Pootie Tang just because then.
Right.
Oh Lord.
Gym Clyburn facility. What kind of workout facility? Not joking.
Wait, what?
I mean, what kind of workout?
Has he been talking to T.I.?
You stupid as a.
Yeah, this is Wakanda.
So- Let can we talk about what Rob said?
She said Rob Sanders. What?
So we're talking about renaming everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the
let's
fitness center
sit
would
back.
have to be like it'd
Let's
have
sit
to
back.
get like super upscaled though.
So because I'm cynical, I'm a cynical person. That means if we're thinking like, you know, militantly,
Okay.
anything that's anything almost anything that's named after a white person is going to have to be renamed.
Right. Like, where does it
John
stop?
Wayne,
I mean, there was-
shit, but he
there
got
was some
everything.
good white people out there.
Ronald Reagan Airport. Gotta rename that shit.
Nah, it's like you almost gotta lobby to let them have something. Even though
No,
us
I get
as
that.
colored folks know Reagan was a piece of shit, and it all
Yeah,
started with
we
the
know
Black
that.
Panthers. So
But
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It's
Mhm.
just
I mean, if you
They
really
are
want to talk
some
about a piece of shit, we need to hit on Nixon.
oh yeah, but Reagan was even before Nixon. That's the
Right.
thing.
Nixon a hot piece of
But Nixon's aides came out publicly and said we
Oh,
knew.
they had AIDS back then.
He said
Sorry.
we knew that black folks are not synonymous with drugs, but if we make people think that they are, then
That's
we
true.
can control them.
That's true, and that's where that law and order shit that Trump talks about came from. That was part of Nixon's like campaign thing. So
Right.
I'm like, so you're gonna
which is
steal
fucking
that?
funny because that dude, like if you really, everybody says that Jim Carter was a wimp. Johnny Carter, Jim Carter.
You
Carter.
said it right the first
Said
time.
it right the first time.
I'm strong.
Jimmy Carter.
Johnny Carter.
My name's Jimmy Carter. I'm Jimmy Carter.
So they say he was a wimp, but they say Nixon was a pussy.
Jimmy.
Nixon was a what? I couldn't hear you because of Brian.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
You call me Jimmy.
and then history looks down on Trump because he's like, he has to be one of the biggest bitches, period. He went to the bunker. He built a fence, another fence around the White House. Like, you're a bitch, dude. Roger Moore has a
Roger,
what?
isn't Roger Moore 007?
Yeah. No, he doesn't. Has a,
How about you go find out, Susan?
I'm not. Who wants to see a liver fucking skin tattoo on somebody's back?
That's
That's how
racist.
Roger Moore's
Roger
dead.
Moore
Isn't
is 103
Oh,
years
is he?
he? Roger Moore, I believe he's
Jimmy
dead.
Carter.
Oh, I just remember him from Boat Trip.
old. Wait a minute. I'm always killing people off, but now Rich killed Roger Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
I mean, but,
Roger Moore died in 2017.
but yeah, I was gonna say he didn't kill him off if he's actually dead.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if he's talking about some of the GOP operative.
Holy shit, he did die.
Yeah, but he's talking about the GOP operative, not 007.
Are you fucking
Jimmy
serious?
Carter.
Hey,
Well,
fuck him too. I don't care.
Oh wow, Carter's alive. I know that for a fact.
but we'll
You like
never
that
have
show?
Nixon on the show.
You know who's alive? Jimmy Carter.
Who's gonna be on the show, Rich? Jay, who the fuck you say is gonna be off the show? There ain't no way.
I said we ain't never gonna have
Ain't no
Nixon on the show
ex-president
now.
gonna be on this show.
Oh man.
The only Nixon
You know
I know
who
is
killed this
Norm
show?
Nixon.
You know who agreed to be on the show? Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter.
I don't get it, but okay.
Yeah,
That's,
lost
that's
it.
the way he talk. I'm Jimmy Carter.
Hey, Mr. Carter, I heard you was a pussy back in the day.
Oh my God. Can we talk about something else now?
Jimmy
Y'all
Carter never
like-
be on the show.
For real.
He said the name right. It was Roger Stone, not Moore.
Roger Stone.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't mess up like that. I'm drunk already, dude. I'm thinking
But,
I'm Stone.
Hey,
Yeah, but
he's
they're
a good
taking
man though.
down-
He admitted his mistake and kept him up moving, right?
That's cool.
So do y'all agree with them taking down the statues and the monuments and things that they've been taking down, or do you
Yes.
think they should just
Hey, so Brian,
Yes.
do you think that Idi Amin should have statues in the country that he represented?
I'm asking y'all a question.
I'm
I
asking
know.
you a
Of course not.
I didn't hear the
he's a
question.
horrible
What was the
fucking
question?
person.
So why would we at the basic level, the Confederacy were traitors.
Right.
That's why Reconstruction did what it did. Treason,
Reconstruction was only like 12 years, by the way.
exactly. But treasonous people are put to death. These motherfuckers wasn't put to death.
They got pardoned.
But please remember the Confederacy and stuff like that. All these statues and all this honor of them didn't pop up till the 20th century, most of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
A lot
so-
of these military bases that they're talking about, and Trump is a piece of shit for trying to say, "Oh, we're gonna hold up their raises." Suck my dick. You want the military to fucking vote for you? You're not gonna hold our raises.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna vote for him.
He said that for real?
Yeah, he said that shit.
You
But they
can't
should
do
be
that.
y'all ignore me all the time.
Man, I work for a living, you know.
I'm gonna go back to Brian's question.
Oh.
So I think they should come down, yes, but I
Yeah.
think they should be put into like some Confederate
Nope.
museum, not
Burn
not
it down,
necessarily art
too.
museum or
Oops,
something
I
like that.
didn't
But
say
the
that.
reason I say that is solely because if we don't educate our future with the past, then we can always repeat it.
I
right?
get
As long as it's
So
put in
I'm
the
not
same-
saying that it should be put somewhere where people can go and be like, "Oh, this is the greatest. This is the greatest place I've ever been." Right?
Right.
I'm
Uncle
saying it should be
Ruckus
put
would.
somewhere so that if people like, let's say all of us grow up and we have kids, right? If you want to take your kids and say, "Look, we need to go see certain stuff," so that we know that your generation and future generations will never repeat the BS that happened in America. You know what
I
I'm
can
saying?
tell you, I'm not taking the child to the Confederacy Museum. I can
No,
put that on
what I'm
my
saying-
tombstone.
Well,
I think that's
But if
that's
you do it
where-
the right way, like if you go and you say, all right, so this was a statue that was placed here,
Yeah,
where people were honoring this.
I want to
for
speak
so
after
long,
Rich, by the way.
blah blah blah.
Mhm.
But this is the type of person he really was, and this is the reason these statues had to come down. So if you do it the right way, it's a good education tool.
Yeah. So
I'm all for the education part, but the monument aspect, they can destroy all those. And and here's the reason why, because if you build a statue for something that's honoring it, and I can learn about all the things you just said in the context that they were inside a museum through any pretty much any article that I can find on the internet. I don't need a 20-foot tall cast iron monument to dictate how I'm supposed to feel about it.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I said take them down. Put whatever you're gonna put.
Yeah, but the thing was, is like putting those statues in a museum in a place where they can still be idolized.
I didn't say that. I said take them down, and then anything you're gonna do, put it in some sort of place that you can go and even. I mean, it's the same thing as any museum. Like everything you just said, you can study everything on the internet.
Right.
You don't have to go to a museum. You don't have to go to any museum we have, but you do it in school because it's some fun little trip that young minds can go to and start learning from it. Now, I'm not saying this should be something that I was saying that should be. So if you're going to do anything, keep the history somewhere so that you can go study it so that you don't repeat it, is all I'm saying.
That's
I'm
what
not
I'm saying.
The statue itself.
Yeah,
I think
and
statues need to come down.
That's kind of, when I'm saying take them down, I'm like destroy them. They need to no longer exist. Because like, for example, if you go to the South Carolina State Museum, right, all that stuff's through there. It's just no one pays attention to it, right? So, in the context of trying to understand how how we kind of came to be, there is an education element of this that starts from at a very young age, because we've even in the chat and some other forums that I've been in, a lot of people don't know about all of these other, like how America came to be in the truest sense of the word. And getting that understanding that starts at a very early age, and not just, like you were saying, going to a museum. Because I mean, granted, yes, some of us, yearn for that knowledge, but a lot of us, unfortunately, we don't. And then on top of not getting that knowledge, it's also the way that it's structured in the school system that we take it from a place of America hasn't had any problems. Because even to the point, we've seen articles where people tried to whitewash, but they tried to like erase slavery, making it seem like we were imported here just simply on the fact of like, oh, well, we were tradesmen and we came across the Atlantic because, we were trying to get work. And that was it actually in a textbook. So there's a lot of the underpinnings of how we look at how America was formed. That's really what it comes down to. And
I like that, Rob.
I mean, go ahead, Sosa.
What I would say to, and I've said this before, what I would say to Jason's comment, you want to put it in a museum, great. If you ever go to DC and go to the Holocaust Museum,
right,
They have a special section for the Nazis because they don't want.
So I was gonna say that. Yeah, you took my thunder, but I appreciate that.
Put them treacherous, treasonous motherfuckers
Both
in their section right over there. Hey, this is what they did, and they wanted to say the state was better than the federal government. If you don't want to talk about slavery, which should be a big part of the conversation.
It's the Articles of Confederation.
Right. So they had their own government. They had their own president. They had their own money. They said, we're not part of the United States no more. What does that mean? That means you're a traitor to the United States government. You won't let people be sovereign citizens. So, you know what I mean? Like, there was an issue. And what Rob said, they don't have monuments anywhere.
That's what I was gonna say too. So, like, why did this country allow this to happen? I mean, I know why. To make us people of color feel docile and we're beneath and all that. But I'm like, what do they get from it? I don't get it.
Well, I mean, it's like anything. When anybody's in power, they put up statues and everything, and then when some sort of revolution happens,
I'm just saying, what do they get from it if they already in power? That's what I mean. Because I don't ever look at myself like I don't need to be above anybody. Maybe I grew up differently, but I personally can't wrap my head around it.
Jason's basically getting to that point. It's like, what do they want? More power.
We're talking about
but I also want to go back.
If you think about it, any black person that has read anything about slavery and post-slavery and all that stuff knows what those people stood for. Those statues are like scarecrows. They remind you,
whitewash that shit,
and they let you know, no matter what you do in this town, this is going to be above you. And this is to keep you right where you're supposed to be, because you'll never have a statue like this, man. It's a scarecrow.
You make a good point, man. We're not as far away from slavery as people think. Like when I told somebody, I was alive. I was born. My great grandmother was alive when I was born. She lived till 1984. I was born in 1982. So I'm pretty sure she pretty much was in contact with people who were enslaved. Like we're not as far off as people think, but people keep going, oh, it was so long ago.
No, I mean, there's people's let's see, there's our generation, there's people's great grandparents that either owned slaves or were slaves.
Correct.
We're not far removed. We're only two lifetimes away. Now back to what Rob said a few minutes ago, I 100% agree. They need to come down and they should be replaced by people who changed the course of things.
What they talking about?
So one thing I don't understand, and I'm not promoting at all. Prince Hall, African American Mason in the United States, a patriot at the same time. You don't see his statue anywhere.
Who was that?
Prince Hall.
Oh, okay.
Except for certain places, you'll see his, but you don't see it everywhere. Why not? Especially with masonry big in the South.
Yeah. Everybody, all of us have family members like in that.
You don't see his shit nowhere, and I don't understand it. But that's you see fucking Robert E. Lee, dumbass.
Dude, there's so many schools named after him, like all up the East Coast, bro. All up like from Florida to Virginia. So many schools named after Robert E. Lee.
You know what? I'm glad he said that. Boston. I love Boston because of the revolutionary history. Boston is the most racist city in the North ever. I'm from Chicago. Chicago's fucked up. Boston's worse. Boston is terrible.
I don't get the comment. That's why the Gamecocks never had a national title team.
I don't get that either. But
I was curious. I was curious on that one too. But I was waiting for somebody to say. And I really expect Izzo to be the one to say it. I mean,
but I don't want to have Rob answer it because Rob, you're
does anybody really care?
Rob, just mute Rob's comments if you can when we talk about anything Gamecock.
That wasn't even Rob that said that. That was
no.
We know. We just saying we don't want Rob's response on it. He can kick rocks on this one. Everything else, for the most part, I'm always with Rob. But
we always rock with you.
That's the only part I'm like, nah, you can go.
Oh, he said because of the Confederate flag.
I mean,
okay.
Clemson had Calhoun Hall or whatever the fuck they had. So
Yeah.
Well,
oh
shit.
yeah, no. The founder of Clemson. Look, if you don't know, you need
Pitchfork
to research that.
Tillman.
Mother.
Pitchfork.
Crazy.
I don't care.
shit.
All bullshit.
Well, shit. Think about this. Hell, you could just look on Fort Jackson. That's named after Andrew
Hey.
Jackson.
Fuck him too.
Right.
Andrew
yeah.
Jackson. That's why I said Trump talking about he gonna be the greatest. Like we were like he might be the worst president in history. I'm like, damn, if he tops the title of Andrew Jackson, man, he doing great things, boy.
Bruh.
Andrew was a piece of shit
Big league.
for real. That's my number one terrible president right there.
Yes, because
Trump is
You
Mr.
talk about
Magoo, but he
somebody
talks too much. What's that?
openly hated someone.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Jackson openly hated Native Americans.
Like, thank you.
Right.
Like
There's no ifs, ands, or buts. And
he damn near wiped them from our consciousness.
he damn near trail and
Yeah.
tear.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing about Native Americans, I know I don't look like it, but
Time
I-
out.
Yeah,
Time
look.
out.
Oh.
No. Time out.
Yeah.
If everybody
I'm not
says
even-
that, and there's been so many black QBs there, more than what Clemson
Yeah.
had, but I'll keep that to myself.
Oh,
There was
boy.
like 3 when I went to USC.
I was
I was about to say in
I
our
hate when
time.
people say that.
Yeah.
Like
in
y'all
our
have
time at
collective
USC, we had
memory.
multiple.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Anthony
nah.
Ryan didn't exist. Dondre Pinkins didn't exist. What's my man that played
linebacker.
linebacker at the Miami Dolphins? Like all these people didn't exist.
Yeah, that
Nunez
dude
didn't
was bad.
exist.
That dude-
Hefner didn't exist. Okay, everybody forgets that. But go ahead. I've heard that so many from older black people too. And I'm like, you don't watch them, do you? Now, what's your favorite?
Nah.
Oh, Georgia. You don't watch it, so shut up.
Hey, but Izzo,
Savell. I forgot about Savell.
the
Go
dude
to
who you
England.
talk about,
Yeah.
I saw him lay out a running back,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, "Yeah, you don't need to be playing quarterback." Just saying.
Whoa. I
No,
didn't
no,
know that. Rob dropping dimes.
Oh snap! Did not
I
know
didn't
that.
know that. I'm gonna look that up, Rob. Rob, I gotta look that up.
Hold on, put that back up. I didn't see it.
Hey, speaking of the NCAA and college football, these
Uh-oh.
fucking coaches are full of shit.
Oh wow.
Every
Hey, he's shooting shots at you, Rob.
every single one of them coaches is full of shit. It doesn't matter if it's baseball, basketball, football. They're all hot garbage. I don't trust not one of them motherfuckers.
Wait, what? Clemson coaches?
NCAA.
Oh.
He tried to slide in there.
No, I didn't. I thought Izzo said that Sosa was throwing shots at Rob.
Oh no, I was playing.
No,
I was playing. I was
Hey,
playing. I was
listen.
playing.
Okay, so let's just go back. Let's just say 20 years. Who was the coach for USC 20 years ago?
In what sport?
Lou Holtz.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
That's
You
crazy.
said baseball. You said other stuff, so I didn't know.
No. I'm pretty sure that dude said the N-word early on.
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, probably not. If he did, it probably more came out like
No.
Brian almost spit out.
Oh, damn it.
My point is, none of these college
I mean, I like
coaches-
Holtz. You know, Holtz was a coach when
Oh,
we were there.
Hefner was hot garbage. He played like a half, and they said go away.
Y'all talking about shit I don't give a fuck about.
You don't. We know you're a Northwestern fan.
Ain't no fucking Northwest.
Well, I mean,
What
he sure
about
as hell ain't a Duke fan.
What's that?
I say he sure as hell ain't no Duke fan.
Hell, why the fuck would I be a Duke fan?
Hey, fuck you. I'm a Duke fan.
And I don't understand you.
Oh shit! Your shirt don't say Duke, does it? Says Nike. Though.
I kept thinking it did for a while.
I thought that was a Duke shirt, so I said that.
Dang, Rob, you said Brad Scott may have that was that y'all boy because you know he traded. I'm just let you know, man. When I was in high school, kids who were like parents were like big donors to USC could not stand Brad when he left to go to Clemson. Boy, oh boy.
Northwest wasn't shit till like 2000s, and then they fell the fuck off.
Yeah, that's when y'all let the GPA drop.
I mean, I have nothing to do with that.
And then
Spurrier,
Sosa got-
I knew he said
and then Sosa got his education when the
Spurrier
GPA
from the hills of Tennessee.
What are you talking
He
about?
might have
Oh, yeah.
he might have wiped it from his lexicon later, but
I haven't
he
graduated.
said it when he
yet.
was young.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, Spurrier. Yeah, Spurrier. All of them motherfuckers said something. So that's my thing. So you are coaching a bunch of young men. Chris Ball says, man.
What you about to say, Sosa?
I don't remember. I'm drunk.
Oh my god.
It's only Monday, guys.
Yeah, but
And that's how I start the week off. That tells you something.
all I want to
tells
say
me that we need to have an intervention with you.
What? I can't even.
Everybody got quiet.
Hey,
What you about to say,
Sosa,
Izzo?
you didn't know, but tonight is a live on air intervention.
Hey, I'm about to click off.
Is what you about to say?
Damn, Rob, we got to discuss that another time. Not just in general. I didn't. Hey, I wouldn't have known. I don't keep up with Clemson enough.
The bad thing is I guess the same concept as college. So you're bringing coaches on who are pedophiles, racists. I don't know what the word is, but against women. Like all of this shit are teaching our kids. Where is the criteria or where is the requirement to say you're not good enough to teach our kids, to coach our kids? Because I don't know about you guys, but in high school, we had football coaches, baseball coaches, basketball coaches as homeroom teachers, gym teachers, English teachers, yada, yada.
Right.
So now I'm looking back and I'm like, I know that motherfucker said the N-word. I know that motherfucker thought I was an illegal immigrant. I know this shit for a fact. Like, and now our kids, me and Jason's kids, are going through this shit and it's like, wait a minute. Are you good enough to coach or teach or be around our kids?
Yeah, I think that's why so many people now are going to these homeschool programs because people they're realizing that hey,
That's
shit
not
is
good
crazy.
either,
Why not?
because that's not reality.
I mean, but it is.
Who,
It is
how is it
reality.
reality?
Huh?
Jason, how is it reality? How is being
He's
at
saying, I
home
think he's
all
saying
day
it's
long
not
reality?
setting you up. It's not setting you up for a productive life in
it's not-
society.
Listen, if I went to
No, that's not true though, because
it is.
just because just because these homeschool programs are not set in a classroom, they can still play sports, be cheerleaders, whatever. So they
Yeah,
still have
but
social interaction. They
That's
still can be a part of everything.
extracurricular.
So what?
But see, people said that about me going to an HBCU. They were like, you're going to the HBCU, you're around just black people all the time. It's not setting you up.
I didn't want to
life.
say that. I was going to say
But
it differently, but
if you kind of just take it as, you find the same personalities in an HBCU than you do in the real world, those are the same personalities, just different colors. So, I mean, you're dealing with people, not the tone,
no.
if it makes sense.
Because
So
you
I
still got to deal with, you say the same personality.
There's a cultural difference beyond
When
that,
you
though.
went to Comic-Con, there was the dude that sat behind you who had kind of the same personality, but he said something ignorant. He said, "Oh, you're like Deadpool."
Oh, I wasn't following that first. I got
Yeah,
you.
I
I
knew
forgot
you
it
was
first.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You didn't like that, and you're not supposed to like that. But he didn't know that either he didn't know that he was saying this shit wrong, or he was fucking stupid and did the shit on purpose. HBCU are all Hispanic high school because we don't have fucking colleges. All white college or whatever is not going to set you up to be like, let's be honest, you're a better person than me because I would have said some ignorant shit. But because you're a good person, you were able to adapt and be like, all right, shut the fuck up and I'm around. You know what I mean?
So I wasn't there at Comic-Con, but so I don't know the tone that it was said in. But do you think it's possible that he was so not racist that he didn't see that as being a racist comment?
Exactly.
Because I mean,
no,
and
because
the
if he
reason I'm
was
saying that-
he was so go ahead.
well, the reason I'm saying that is I'm thinking about myself, right? Like
Mhm.
I've said things before that I was like, I mean, I know I'm not racist. I love everybody. There's zero racism in me. So if I was to say something, I might not think of it as being racist. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, but the thing
furthermore,
is,
I've been
if
around
you're
like
thinking of,
all black folks, and they've said something like, "Oh, you the white such and such, or you the white this, blah blah blah." And I was like, oh,
Mhm.
okay. I mean,
I've had that too.
and here's my point, like if you're looking at everybody as equal and you don't see color, blah 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 blah, then why even point it out?
Exactly, B.
so well, it's not. I guess for me, no. I mean, I feel you, and like I said, I don't know. I'm posing the question because I wasn't there. I don't know his tone. I don't know how it really went down, right?
Sure.
But I used to say I didn't see color years ago, right? Now I don't say that anymore. Now I say that I do see color. Dude, that is the beautiful thing about our human race is how
Thank you.
multicolored we are, right?
Because that's
Mhm.
it's an ignorant statement when you say you don't see color. So you're
Right.
trying to say I'm like you, motherfucker? Hell
It's
no, I ain't like
It's a very
Yeah,
innocuous
so.
statement when
It
you
is.
say it.
And honestly, I said that probably through. Matter of fact, I said that through most of college because that's the way I looked at the world. Like I don't see color. Well, honestly, except for jokes between us,
I mean,
I don't see color.
like I said,
But,
Grape soda.
same shit.
right. don't get Brian started. His face already looked mad.
Oh no, I was reading. No, I was reading the remarks. You know what I'm saying?
me and Brian might not have ever been friends.
With a grape soda.
Yeah.
Oh shit, my God.
So
Oh man.
let's take it back. Let's take it back to
And
my.
I meant nothing like that. That is exactly what. That just brings me back to my point.
That's exactly why I brought it up because
I did not mean, to me, that stereotype was not even a thing. It was not in my mind. It was nothing. It was just like I was thinking, yo, I did great soda. Like, we could, if you get, I was really literally wholeheartedly thinking if we was to be able to get grape soda for our clients, then I'd be able to steal some grape soda and take it home. Like 100%. That's what I'm putting out there. But the way that Brian heard it, not knowing me, right, is this white dude just really said that out loud, a stereotype against black folks. This white dude said it out loud in front of everybody. So,
And I'm fresh off the HBCU yard. Like I just left.
Hey,
he was stomping, boy. He was like,
Brian, listen, Brian's not innocent because that motherfucker said everybody speak Mexican. So
but
Fuck just happened.
but see, that's my point though.
Brian's not innocent.
What I'm trying to get at is it possible that somebody is not racist to the point that some things they say are taken out of context or taken wrong?
You're right. Because I don't feel Brian is racist at all. But I know that Brian hasn't been exposed to Hispanic people. So when he said because Brian would know the difference between Mexican and Spanish, the language.
Oh, because I was about to say, then I don't know the difference, but then you said lane.
So, you know, and to Sosa's exact point,
Wait, there's like so many differences though. It's not even just Mexican and Spanish. Like it's Ecuadorian and Venezuelan and Puerto Rican.
No. There's no. Everybody still speaks. Motherfucker, do you speak English or do you speak British?
No, that's you cannot talk. No. Talking about.
Answer the question.
Huh?
Do you speak English or do you speak British?
Do you speak it,
I speak broken Southern English is what I speak.
No. It's A or B. Do you speak English or do you speak British?
I don't speak none of them. I don't speak neither one of them.
Now he said none of them. You're right.
You know what I'm saying.
I tell you what I speak.
Jason is not. Jason is going to refuse to let you make your point. So
I'm gonna keep making laps around the point.
All I'm trying to say is that I've been around a lot of Spanish folks, and the dialects are different.
Right, but it's still Spanish, dude.
Right, and that's
right. Okay.
It's not Mexican. It's not Venezuelan. It's not Puerto Rican. It's Spanish.
Very true, but a Venezuelan dialect may be completely different.
You're talking dialect, dude. It doesn't matter.
What do you mean?
This is
there's certain
Gullah is English
words that someone may say, and it's same thing is here. Like there's certain things that they might say in the Midwest that I would be like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Exactly. a New Yorker, a Midwestern, a Californian,
It's not a pop.
South
It's a soda.
Carolinian, they're still
I'm
speaking
thinking the
English.
same thing, Izzo, but I ain't saying shit.
It's just the dialect.
Yeah, that's
Something
not
else in there. It's a cola.
not a whole different language.
It's a
And-
cola.
It's a cola.
Go bring me a
Oh,
cola
thank you.
from
You
the
say that
street.
fucking cola.
And that gets
My
back
point
to
is-
where
You don't give me
You
my
know,
Coke.
I mean, down
point
here
is-
it's a Pepsi, but whatever.
My main
Fuck that.
My main point is, if you go to a school with just all a certain race of people, if you go to homeschool, if you go to whatever, you're losing reality, because reality is you're a Spanish dude with a Spanish name that gets hired on because of whatever to go to a corporation, and now you got to ask people. People got to be like, "Does this dude speak English?" Yeah, motherfucker.
wow.
Why you think I got fucking
See,
hired?
I grew up on a military base, so it was everybody.
Exactly. So there is diversity in certain areas. But if I went to an all Hispanic high school, I'm not going to know that there's.
yeah, I just saw Robinson. Wow.
I was listening to Sosa.
If Portuguese, there's two different languages.
Where did you go, Brazil?
Yeah, Portuguese is a different language.
Where did you go,
completely.
Rob? Brazil? I'm just curious.
No, see, and then that's the other thing. So I hate missionaries. I can't fucking
You don't
stand
like missionary?
I can't.
No,
no. I don't like missionaries.
I mean, it's not the greatest position, you know. So many
I hate
other things. That,
Izzo.
just better.
I hate Izzo to the core right now.
Me and you ain't been getting along since Saturday.
Hey, you
Wow,
know
I mean,
what?
did y'all try
Marcus, I
missionary?
apologize for that
Fuck
ignorant
you,
statement I said. I'm not gonna say it because I'm just not gonna say it.
No, you can't tell that story on air.
No.
Yeah.
It's for,
So-
for
Yeah,
you. For
I
me,
don't
it's
want to
fine.
hear any story about y'all and missionary together.
No,
It's
hey,
not-
Rob.
Ass.
You don't say that publicly, privately, in a chat, a text message. You don't say that story.
Y'all, let me, Rob.
Let,
I
let's, also,
understand,
let's also make his point.
Please.
Rob. I understand you was trying to make the world better, but if and I love Jesus. I swear to God, I love Jesus. When I'm
Jesus.
drinking, when I'm sober, it doesn't matter. I love Jesus. But
It's so stupid.
there's sometimes some ways where you don't need to bring Jesus into. Just if you want to build houses for us out of clay, build houses for us out of clay.
Oh,
We don't need the free Bible. We don't need all this shit. We just build a fucking house. We'll learn English and you can learn Guarani. It doesn't fucking matter. Just whatever. For those who know, Guarani is our Indian language in South America, where I'm from, where my parents are from. My main point is you can't, if you go to an all Hispanic high school, that's the equivalent of going to an all white high school in Idaho. You're not going to get the full experience of the rest of the world. And if you're going to stay your ass in Idaho, or if you're going to stay your ass on the near west side of Chicago, fine. You're not going to know nothing else but whatever you know from high school. Great. But if you think you're going to venture out and talk to your people like you did in high school, you're going to have a culture shock.
And
You're
that's
fucking awakening. And it might end up
Wait,
with a
Rich.
black eye because you're going to say some ignorant shit.
I want to sort of let that thought breathe.
I knew you about to say that.
Yeah, so that's and to Sosa's point, and this kind of wraps up the whole thing about the grape soda thing we were talking about earlier, is that little bit of cultural difference in understanding. Because, you know, to Jason, he didn't think a single thing about it, right? It just flew right out, no problem, right? But to Brian's thought was like, I don't know this cat. How the hell grape soda? What? You know what I'm saying? And when you put that together, but there's also the other side of getting to where we understand it's like, all right, I'm gonna let you showcase your ignorance as long as you are willing to get a better understanding and not thinking that you're that your position or whatever you brought into the discussion is right because you don't understand how it looks on my end either.
Mhm.
So, and if you think about it, it's like that was an exchange that happened, and now Brian and Jason are cool because of it.
Right.
Well,
Brian did the same thing to
but
me.
this
Right.
is
And I had to
what
do
I'm
the
trying
same
to say
thing
though.
with
What I was trying to say earlier is, so that's a stereotype, right?
Mhm.
It's a stupid stereotype. I'm white. I absolutely dig grape soda. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the dumbest stereotype you could ever have. In that moment, I didn't even I don't even know that I knew that it was a stereotype, right? So
Mhm.
my point was, to me, being a white dude, it wasn't a racist comment. If Brian would have came and punched me in my face and told me I was being racist, I would have been like, "You fucking, you don't know me." I would have punched him back in the face. Like we would, you know what I'm saying? Like this. So my question that I was saying is like, there's if you don't see that as a racist comment or anything, if you don't
But-
see it, can you? Isn't that where we're trying to get to?
No,
where a stereotype like that is not even a stereotype of someone with a certain pigment.
Well, no,
Ignorant-
because you don't want people to be able to just sling these shits down all willy nilly
No.
because they're gonna know. But because what they're gonna say is you should be over it,
Ignorance
and that's
is
the
not
problem
bliss.
now.
Oh,
What'd you say? What'd you say? So what was the thing you just said?
Ignorance is not bliss anymore. You can't
Right.
say ignorance is bliss.
well,
You
so
know,
I'm not talking about.
Jason got frustrated just now with that comment.
I did because I'm not talking about ignorance in this.
No.
I'm
Oh,
talking
no.
about
No, I
getting
thought
to
you
the
about
point
Ralph
that
shit.
that there is no stereotypes on the skin tone because there should have never been.
there should have never been.
When
But
how do we, if we continuously say you can't say that because that's a stereotype, then how does the new generation never know that it was a stereotype to move on from it? You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
so
Yeah.
you're trying
How
to
do we
say
move on without actually like killing the stereotype? You know, as
you're-
long as it's there, then there's always going to be that divide. But it's
Right.
there.
If we continue to keep dividing, there's no way for unity.
So would
Zero
you-
way for unity.
because what you're saying is it's like what you're saying is the black kid that was adopted by suburban white people who doesn't
God.
teach the culture.
Doesn't use
So
lotion.
they're trying, in a fucked up sense, they're trying to remove stereotypes from that kid's mental. Yet they have, or their community has stereotypes about that kid. You can't fucking do it. Oh my god,
Rob, Rob, by the way, I was a Florida State fan growing up until I attended the University
I'm just gonna
of South
shut-
Carolina.
y'all talking about Gamecock and all this.
No,
Hey, you know
we
what?
listening to you, Sosa.
Since this, I don't think I would have ever said this publicly, but this is, if there's not a better time to say it, this is it. All right.
Uh-oh.
I actually grew up. The only thing I wanted to do in my entire life until I was probably about fifth grade was play football for Clemson. 100%.
He
And
just
then
wanted to wear purple.
Somewhere.
You realize the colors didn't match.
Colors didn't match my personality.
It's not
Somewhere
purple.
in there,
It's
somewhere
lavender.
in there in the 5th grade is when everything changed for me. So
Mine
what you
didn't
just
change
said
till I
makes
did
no
the
sense.
application. That's
Hey,
when I
so-
changed.
I don't understand why it's orange and lavender. Why? Can y'all explain that to me?
Who you asking y'all?
What?
I don't know.
Oh,
What is lavender? What are you talking? Oh, well, never mind. All right.
Clemson's colors.
That's
And
just a
why
history
doesn't-
lesson.
I don't understand. Gamecock is a fighting chicken.
Rooster?
Yeah.
Not a fighting hen. Not a
It's
fighting
a
hen.
rooster.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
So
it does.
why doesn't the people who fuck with Michael Vick fuck with USC about it?
They tried. Peter tried for years.
Yeah.
And y'all still ain't. Marcus, shut the fuck up. Y'all wear orange and lavender. I don't know.
Yeah, no, Peter tried for years to go after Gamecock.
And
I hate y'all. What is
They
funny?
tried unsuccessful.
fries up like a chicken. Right.
I mean, but where does that stop though?
Why
Because I
Marcus
mean,
keep coming for Rich.
Georgia's a bulldog.
I don't know why.
No. But bulldog is not a fighting bulldog. Gamecock is a fighting gamecock.
I'm about to say Bulldog's lazy.
No, listen.
You're right.
Gamecock
Bulldog ain't
has
fighting.
the spurs on the fucking feet where Gamecock is a Hispanic. That's a Hispanic fucking fight game. We bet on that shit, so we know that's fucked up.
I mean, I think they do it in like Hong Kong and Thailand a whole lot more, but I mean, it could be
Well,
in Spanish.
I'm pretty sure they do it where I'm from. Thanks, Jason. Well, my culture.
I'm fucking with you, man. Don't do that.
He said, thank you, Jason, for the cultural lesson there.
Hey, so you still cover my birthday party?
I'm tired of people saying, okay, so Jason's birthday coming up, and he wants to go jet skiing. I'm fucking down. I'm tired of hearing people say that's a white thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at when I was talking about stereotypes, man. Stereotypes are so stupid and they don't make any sense. So, like, where do we get to a point where something like that is not a stereotype to a skin tone? I'm gonna tell you, I go to the lake all the time. Like, a lot of times we just go sit by the lake and eat, like just lunch or whatever. We just eat by the water. It's beautiful. There is so many black folks and Spanish folks, for that matter, on that lake. And if you look at people jet skiing, they put in right there at the dam. And I'm talking about, you might see a whole squad of like 10 folks and they're all black and they get on these jet skis and they just go out.
I'm really tired. And I was talking to my wife about this, and I never thought about getting a boat because growing up, the only people on boats were white people. That's just a fact.
Mhm.
It's sorry, but that's just a fact. But then I'm not
I don't
gonna
know if it's really a fact, but I mean, it was
No,
your
no,
perceived reality at the point.
Jay. In Chicago, that was a fact.
Oh wow, yeah, I can't speak to Chicago.
No people of color on a boat on the lake ever. So okay, bet whatever. They're white, whatever. I can't get a boat, whatever. Bitch, I got money now. I can do that.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, man.
Excuse me.
Oh,
Hey, the whole jet ski for my birthday on Sosa. Y'all coming
Sosa,
now?
yeah, Sosa said he bringing you a bottle of Pappy as well.
I still
Hey,
gotta
What?
I'll drink it for you.
Chill out. My point is that helped me see now that I'm looking at prices. I'm old enough to I'm like, okay, I'm looking at prices. Yo, I can afford this shit. A fucking 29-foot boat from I think nautical boats is like
Yeah, I was about to say it ain't Nautica.
Yeah.
no nautical boat is $30,000. That's a fucking Honda Civic. I can get that shit.
Not to be funny, a Civic is $30,000 now. Damn, shit changed.
A new Civic isn't $30,000.
I mean, that's an expensive ass Civic. Bro.
Whatever, man.
I mean,
My point is,
I was like,
I
maybe
mean-
I'm missing something.
I mean, it's a
saying-
pandemic. It's a pandemic. Them shits might be
point
expensive
is-
right now.
a brand new $30,000 boat isn't really that much.
What was that? I saw something at the bottom. What was that?
It said Izzo and Cup. I think it said Izzo, two
And
girls,
Rob
one
paid
cup.
27. Rob, was it used? If it was used, I mean, that just my point is it's affordable. Having a boat is affordable now.
Hey, hold on a second, guys. You can get I just looked on Honda's website. You can get a Civic Type R. It's $36,995.
But that's a Type R.
It doesn't
Still a
matter.
Honda Civic.
Hey,
It's
what's
still
the
a
base
Civic.
model though? The
Fucking
base
That's like
model,
saying, oh
15K.
man, this Hellcat. No, we weren't talking about the Hellcat.
I just I didn't help you
All right.
buy a bottom shelf. That's not my fault.
All right, so
Yeah.
even then, all right, so a Civic Si is 25 too.
Thank you.
So
Hey, So I go back on it. It's a pandemic, you know. Maybe they
My point is, listen,
they
my
charging.
point is, you can't say jet skiing is just for white people. Boating is just for white people. No,
So somewhere's Nautica
can
still.
do this shit now. Fuck yeah, we're Nautica.
Oh yeah, you.
Polo. I don't give a fuck.
Oh
Just
man,
because
so I'm walking
Marcus
around with
wears-
Tommy drawers on y'all.
Marcus wear like
Woo wear.
what's the next section they wear?
Yeah, you might find Woo wear at Rugged Warehouse.
No, Marcus don't wear no damn woo wear. Marcus like a pretty boy, so he wear like Victoria's Secret or some shit.
All right, I'm clocking out.
God.
I'm clocking out.
How we doing on time?
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, we at 110. So the new PlayStation 5 is coming out. We're gonna talk about
Hey,
PlayStation
hey.
5 real quick.
I'm gonna have sex with my PS5.
Wow.
Yo, Brian, keep
don't
talking.
Is that called
Yeah.
Machinality? Like, what is that called?
I don't
we
know.
don't even care. Hold on, Sosa.
Okay.
I'm about to mute Sosa.
I saw this version that had like I don't know, it's like a black inner piece with like two white things on the side. That shit was ugly.
That's
I don't
that's
even
the
know.
default console. That's what it looks like.
That shit was horrible. But then
I
I
think
saw
they come in
this
different
all
colors.
black
They got
one that
one
was
with
gorgeous.
they got the blue light, the red light, the white one,
No,
and
actually,
another one.
that's
No,
that
dude.
that is the default color of the console,
Well,
and
man.
that's their launch console. There are no
You're
confirmed.
that I
giving
described?
wrong information.
It's, that shit looks ugly. I saw this this dude that was like mimicking it or whatever. He had like a Spectrum router with two pieces of paper stuck.
Oh, I saw that. Oh, I cried. I cried when I saw that.
That shit looks ugly.
Yeah.
And I mean,
So-
you seen the new Xbox?
It's just a brick.
Mm-mm.
It's
That
just like a big cube, like a
That shit look
rectangle.
like an Amazon box.
Yeah,
It almost looks like the old Sega Gear. What was it, Sega Gear? Just elongated.
Let me clarify. Can I clarify one thing? When I say I got money, I don't have to steal anymore. That's all I mean. That's all I mean.
All right.
All right, so you covered my birthday or no?
I'm coming to your birthday.
All right, which I know Rich came, man. You too far away.
Yeah, I'm gonna be able to make that one.
So
All right, so here's the specs of the PS5 here. We got 1440p to 2160p,
Oh,
Oh, that's
32
4K.
gig to 64 gig. The CPU gig flop is 10,000 to 16,000.
all you had to do is just say very fast. That's it.
Now the price says $399 here, but I heard
No, it's high.
no.
Listen,
I wouldn't even think that it would.
I
be
bought
even
my
close to that.
PS4 for $399 a
I was
year
about
later.
to say
I
my
highly doubt
PS4
it.
was like 5 something, so I know this new one.
When did you buy yours? When it first came out?
What the fuck?
Well, it's also like a 258 gig or something like that.
It doesn't matter.
Mhm.
258
You got your
gigs.
shit
I
like
don't know,
big.
whatever.
This is why saying gigaflops and teraflops.
512 gigs, so
audio.
I
No,
was like,
it's
nah,
probably 500 because mine's
Real
500.
quick,
some shit.
I wanna. When dude said get the Miles Morales edition, I'm down with that. Shit.
Why did you talk like that?
I don't know what
He
I'm saying.
stuttered like 8 times in that comment.
Because
But the
I'm
Miles Morales joint is like an add-on, though, right? It's not part of the game until you
Yo,
gotta like download
I
it. That's
legit
downloaded.
grew up.
no, but and Rich, correct me if I'm wrong, but when the Spider-Man on the PS4 came out, it was like a blue with the red lacing.
Yeah,
Oh,
kind
man.
of. Yeah.
Maybe the Miles Morales version gonna come. I'm fucking slurring.
Nah.
Yeah, motherfucker. It's a goddamn Monday.
You really did say
Miles Morales.
Man, I thought he was damn Kid Cudi out here for a second.
I ain't gotta be at work till 7:30.
That's earlier than me, but have fun.
It doesn't matter. They're not clocking me.
All right. I'm gonna
All
get one
right.
of those breathalyzers for them. I'm gonna slide them one for your ass.
Look up for me, sir.
That's going to be the hot thing this year. I think everybody's going to be looking for it. Not out of the colors that are coming in. I think the hot one's going to be the red that everybody's going to be looking for.
That's the here's the thing. The white's the only color that's coming out probably for the first year.
Brian,
I want a Game
Yeah,
Boy
yeah,
play
yeah.
some Tetris.
I don't
Rob,
know.
you could have did that on your calculator in school.
Hey Brian,
Yo.
In the chat.
As he says your name again.
I mean, because I'm drunk.
Oh my god. I'm just here so I don't get fired.
I mean, I'm just here because I'm drunk.
You know, you'd be
What?
there though.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. So
What the
yeah.
hell is going on right now?
I don't know.
If you don't, I said look at the chat, and you're like, dude.
Listen, I'm sorry, I didn't understand. You slurred it. It was like 20 syllables to say, "Look at the chat."
Man, I'm slurring. I don't have Parkinson's or Tourette's. What the fuck?
Whew.
Anyway.
Thank you, Rich.
Hey, anyway, if y'all want to look at us, we're on YouTube or some shit.
Yeah, some people might be watching us on YouTube. We're on Facebook.
Hey, check it out. I put
Watch
all the
this.
videos that we do. We're about to end this. All the videos we do are on YouTube.
This is horrible.
I put the audio on SoundCloud, Google Play Music, Apple Music, and what's the other one?
Spotify.
I said Spotify. I didn't say Spotify. Yeah, Spotify.
Podbean.
Sure.
Yeah. We used to use
not on-
Podbean.
No,
I don't
we're
know.
not on-
I never used it.
Yeah, it was a waste of money
What?
for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But anyway, you guys can check us out there. We'll be here. I think we got one more Monday. Next Monday is gonna be our Insecure episode.
Oh, I might sit out on that one.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this thing up. So we're gonna talk about this show, and we might even get our man Marcus on here so he can talk about it with us.
No.
Robin, you ready? If you still in there.
Hey, so shout out to Rob Sanders. He's got a show on Wednesday nights. B, is that right? B,
Is that right, Rob?
Yeah.
Rob, we're trying to.
And tell us the name too, so we can get people to watch this.
I have no idea. I missed
Yeah.
You just gotta wait. You gotta wait because it's Facebook's on a delay. It's about 10 to 15 seconds.
Hey, for some reason, all the phone companies are fucking up.
And
I think
that's
something's going on.
I ain't watching
I
some
think
shit.
dude.
Wednesday and Sunday. Rob shows on
Wednesday
Wednesdays
and
and
Sunday.
Sundays.
Okay.
Hey, y'all remember MCI?
Yeah.
Yo, MCI, you couldn't fucking call from Miami to fucking New York and on Sundays. Like that shit was fucking hilarious, man.
Kobe.
Sosa was out here with the damn bag phone in his Astro van.
Yeah, for some reason, Predaking Cricket was not acting up, but all the other companies were.
Cricket?
That's the
Who
shit.
got cricket?
I don't know. Somebody
Hey.
said.
Oh, I thought you were saying you got
Hey,
cricket.
the Marvelous is selling weight. That's all I'm going.
Well, you
Hey,
know,
for
government-
anybody, what was it?
government-
Rob, Comrade, and Kale Show, Fox Sports Radio every day. Whoa.
Yeah,
Marcus
there you go.
Hunter. Marcus Hunter, your name is in the fucking live chat, you dumb motherfucker.
All right.
You
So
say my government-
There's so much
back to
anger
shouting
here.
out Rob is what was that?
Fuck Verizon.
Nobody said what. No,
What did you
Rob.
say? What did you say?
What
Jason?
happened?
I said back to shouting out
Oh,
Rob.
Oh yeah, I was reading it. He put it in the chat, so I read it out. There you go. Put it.
Damn.
Leave that there for a while.
Comrade Kale Show, Fox Sports Radio every day.
This motherfucker asked
So,
me to say my government name on this. I'll be considered an accomplice. And his name is Marcus Hunter. It says it on the live comments.
But not everybody's gonna be listening to it this way. So
You're the dumbest motherfucker in crime.
Anyway, hey, y'all, holler at us next Monday. Like I said, we're doing our Insecure show.
Let's get
Whoever
out of
will
hand.
be here will be here. Whoever will not be here will not. But we are going to do this show, and I'm going to try to publicize it during the week. So y'all appreciate y'all for keeping us company, and we will holler at y'all next Monday. Peace. And now we wait for this thing to end. So what you guys